Imagine this. Your next ride pulls up, but there's no driver, no steering wheel, not even any pedals. Now, what if an entire fleet of these things could completely reshape our cities and even our lives? Well, today we're diving deep into Tesla's incredibly ambitious vision for a fully autonomous future, and it all centers on one vehicle, the Cybercab.
So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll get into the why. Why is driving every day such a mess? Then we'll meet the Cybercab, Tesla's big answer to that problem. After that, we'll look under the hood at how it works, dig into the massive challenges it's facing, and finally, we'll dream a little about the kind of world it could help create.
All right, let's start with something we all know way too well. Picture yourself stuck in traffic again. You're watching the fuel price tick up, feeling that stress build. Look, this isn't just you having a bad day. It's a fundamental problem with the whole system. 90%. Just let that number sink in for a second. It's a huge, frankly sobering figure, and it gets right to the very heart of why driving is so broken.
Yep, you guessed it. 9 out of every 10 crashes on the road, that's on us. We're the weakest link, the biggest risk factor out there. And it's not just about the accidents either. The entire way we drive is built around our own flaws and limitations.
I mean, just think about it. All those countless hours just gone, wasted in traffic, the small fortune we pour into gas and car payments and repairs, and the human cost, well, that's just staggering. Over 40,000 deaths on European roads every single year. It's expensive, it's dangerous, and it's wildly inefficient. This is a problem that is absolutely screaming for a solution.
And this is where Tesla steps in, saying, we've got the answer. But it's not just a slightly better car they're offering. Oh no, it's a complete, radical reinvention of what a car even is. Let me introduce you to the Cybercab. So this isn't some small upgrade. The Cybercab is designed from the ground up with only one thing in mind: total autonomy. And by ripping out the steering wheel and pedals, Tesla's making a pretty bold statement, right? The human isn't the driver anymore. You're just along for the ride. Now, this chart is super important because it gives us some context for what full autonomy really means. You see, most of the advanced systems in cars today are maybe level 2, where you still have to be paying attention all the time. The Cybercab is shooting for the moon, level 5. That means the system that can handle driving in all conditions, anywhere, with zero human input needed, period.
Okay, so how on earth does Tesla actually plan to pull this off? Well, it's about way more than just building a cool car. It's about creating an entire ecosystem, a 3-part plan for a world without drivers.
The plan, when you lay it out, is actually pretty elegant. First, you have to figure out a totally new way to build the car itself. Second, you need an unbelievably powerful AI to be the driver. And third, you need a massive network to put it all to work.
So, step 1 starts right on the factory floor. Forget the old-school assembly line where a car body just moves from one station to the next. The unboxed method is all about building big chunks of the car at the same time, in parallel. Seriously, think of it like building with Legos. You make different sections and then just snap them together at the end. The whole point is to slash costs and build them way, way faster.
Step 2 is the AI brain. The Cybercab basically sees the world using a whole bunch of sensors. Cameras give it a 360-degree view, and radar helps it spot things, even when the weather's terrible. All of that data gets pumped into a super powerful AI that makes decisions in a split second. And get this, it's constantly learning from every other Tesla on the road. And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. Step 3, the network. Just imagine a whole fleet of these Cybercabs that you can call up with an app on your phone, like a futuristic Uber. This completely changes what a car is. It's no longer just a thing that sits in your driveway 95% of the time. It becomes a shared tool that's always working.
But, and this is a big but, this revolutionary vision has to face a gauntlet of real-world problems. The journey from a cool tech demo to something you see on every street corner is filled with some seriously tough obstacles. This slide right here really nails the core issue. We humans, we drive with gut feelings, we make eye contact, we use intuition. A self-driving system? It's pure data, just following its programming. One researcher even called it autistic and narcissistic, which sounds harsh, but it means the system perfectly understands its own rules, but has a really hard time with all the unwritten, messy, human rules of the road.
And you know what the biggest obstacle of all might be? Mother Nature. A simple rain or snowstorm can totally blind LiDAR, that laser system a lot of autonomous cars use. Cameras can get wiped out by glare on a wet road. And radar? Well, it has its own problems. But the real game stopper is what they call the grip physics dilemma. The car can map a snowy road perfectly, down to the millimeter, but it can't feel the treacherous black ice hiding right underneath. That's a terrifying thought.
And we're not just talking about safety here. This is a huge economic problem. A robotaxi company that has to shut down every single time it rains? That's not a business, that's a hobby. Autonomy that only works in perfect weather just isn't going to cut it.
And even if they solve all the tech problems, there's this massive maze of legal and social hurdles. If there's a crash, who's at fault? The owner, the car maker, the person who wrote the software? And maybe the biggest question of all, how do you get people to actually trust these things? These are tough, complex questions with no easy answers.
But let's just imagine for a minute that they figure it all out. They overcome all these challenges. What does that future actually look like? Well, the payoff could be absolutely transformative.
It all starts with the price tag. Tesla is aiming for under $30,000. I mean, that alone is enough to send huge shockwaves through the entire car industry.
But here's the real game changer. By letting you add your personal Cybercab to the Robotaxi network when you're not using it, Tesla is basically creating a way for your car to earn you money. It could be out there making you cash while you're at work or even while you're sleeping.
And the impact on society could be even bigger. We're talking about a level of mobility for the elderly and people with disabilities that we've never seen before. It means getting back all those hours you lose to stressful commutes. It means cities with way less traffic, fewer ugly parking lots, and cleaner air because every car is driving perfectly efficiently.
So that's the big question we're left with, isn't it? The vision is amazing, a world that's safer, cheaper, and more efficient. But the challenges, both with the tech and the laws, are just massive. So what is it? Is this the next great human revolution, or is it just a dream that's stuck in the same traffic jam we are today?
The road ahead is definitely uncertain, but you know what? It's going to be one heck of a fascinating ride. If you want to keep up with the tech that's shaping our future, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll be right here, breaking it all down for you.